Broads Media.
I hate the Flyers right now. I absolutely despise the orange and the black at this point in my life, and it sucks, and it shouldn't be this way, but we are just accustomed to garbage hockey nonstop. I'm watching Zach McEwen and Delorier drop the gloves within 8 seconds, and do you know why? Because they aren't good enough to actually win hockey games, even though, ironically enough, they won that one, but it's their only victory in their last 12 games, so I think my point stands. You only make that type of statement when you don't have skill, you suck, and it's like, hey, we have to do something out here, so you send a guy that you signed to a couple-year deal at his age who blows at the sport of hockey just for that. It really is a disgrace as a whole, and there's so many different angles that I want to look at today. We're going to look at their poor drafting and the players that we thought were good that really aren't very good at all, and we're watching that over the years. First round picks. Remember Jay O'Brien? Jay O'Brien was a first round pick. Jay O'Brien. I mean, it makes me sick looking through the list. Sanheim isn't very good. Robert Haig was a second-round pick. Your second-round pick becomes a player that's a 7th D-man in the National Hockey League. If you're on a good, he's a 7th D-man. He's a guy that really shouldn't be in the lineup every single day. That's a second-round pick. I am very frustrated. Chuck Fletcher spoke today, and he was an absolute mess. You have Cam Atkinson talking, and Sam Carchidi tweeted this out, all right? So here's 2 quotes that really irritated me when it came to the Flyers today. Atkinson said that his injury is not something that he has had in the past. Fletcher said it's something he's dealt with in the past. They need to get on the same page. You think? Yeah, you think you got the GM and the president of hockey ops going, yeah, you know what I mean? I know where Cam Atkinson. They don't even know if he's had it before or didn't have it before. In what universe is this where we're at? We're talking about a guy who's one of your best goal scorers who hasn't played since the beginning of the season, and the media is wondering what's going on. Where is it on your body? You got Cam Atkinson smirking because he doesn't want to give any information up. And this dude, who's one of your only top 6 real NHL players, the general manager doesn't even know what's going on with him physically. It's an absolute disgrace. And then he decides, talk about being tone deaf, to hit the fan base with this. I expect to be more competitive the rest of the way. We're 5 points out of a wild card spot. We'll see. Chuck, how dumb can you be? What? Do you not hear what is being said about you? Do you not see what is happening? And don't you dare try and think that the reason why they're playing this poor is because they're injured. We know about the bodies that they don't have available for them. The reason why you're in this predicament is because you are not good at your job. And my problem is, I know that Danny Briere is waiting. I know that Danny Briere is the one that's going to get the chair next. This is no disrespect to who Danny Briere is as a GM. We don't know. He's never had a chance to call the shots before. He's never been in that position. Yet they're going to look at him and say, fix it. Whether he's fantastic and an elite GM or whether he's a garbage GM, we have no idea yet. He's a former Flyer, which is just painful because we know about the stigma of how they are so sucked into the belief that the Flyers organization stays thick with the blood, and they'll always go back to that well. Now, apparently, he's been groomed, but if he's being groomed by these clowns, how good is he going to be? It's less about Danny Briere and more about the fact that a savvy, veteran, experienced GM would have so many issues cleaning this up. You think this is the best shot? You think this is the best time to just say, hey, Danny, go ahead. It's yours. And by the way, they might not even fire Chuck Fletcher. Maybe they just keep him as president of hockey ops, but they move the GM tag from. I mean, if that's the case, they have no idea what's going on. And I'm sick and tired every night of watching around the league, watching the NHL, and seeing Connor McDavid and seeing DeBrincat and seeing Johnny Gaudreau and seeing all these things. Don't even get me started on seeing Cole Caulfield light the lamp for the Montreal Canadiens. 115 goals in one season, and they elected to draft Cam York, and Cam York doesn't seem like he's ready to compete. Or I could look at John Tortorella and ask, why are you playing such a strong mental game with him? You're looking at decisions like publicly saying to the media that they're looking for some young defenseman to step up, and then he brings up Zamula instead. And I think that he's playing a mental game with Cam, and Cam was destroyed by the training camp. Part of me thinks, yo, dude, I mean, you're playing professional hockey at this point. Get your head out of your ass and start playing better, because he was getting manhandled on one-on-ones, and I mean, it was pretty damn ugly what we saw out of him at times before he got sent down to the A, but I don't know what he is. Say what you want about Cutter Gauthier and his start at Boston College. I'm done getting excited about certain players, even though deep down I am stoked about Cutter Gauthier. Morgan Frost stinks. He's an absolute fraud. We got the coach calling him a toilet seat. This organization looks like what's in the damn toilet, and that's shit. And I have to watch it every single day. They went 0-7-3, the annual 10-game losing streak. They get a W again, who the Islanders? They got their Islanders, and then what? They lost again to Tampa, and they got outmatched. And it's not like the players are not competing. I think they're giving us everything they have. It's just what they have is trash. Bellows, I'm pretty positive I saw Bellows at one point on the power play. He's now going on waivers, and nobody wants him. That's where we're at. That guy was a top 6 forward playing with the man advantage. I'm pretty sure I saw him out there on the peeper. If not, the dude was playing a ton of minutes. And now they're like, yeah, you're not even good enough to play on one of the worst teams. And that goes back to Cam York. If Cam York can't beat out Zamula, he can't beat out a Nick Sealer, what are we doing?